Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live watch along of the FC Cologne the RB Leipzig game by the RBL Talk podcast. Hopefully, you can all hear me correct and everything is going well as I've done all my audio checks and we're getting ourselves strapped in for a game. I've checked at the lineups and I was a bit surprised with a couple of lineups there. And one of the first ones was that Elmas wasn't starting as he played very well during the last game against Darmstadt, even though we were a little bit wasteful. And looking at the Cologne lineup, they're lining up with a 4-2-3-1. They don't look too bad. If we'll go through some admin stuff just before we get into the game's play. And with the admin stuff, it's basically just a little bit of going through and just explaining how the live stream works. So by participating in the live stream in any capacity, you automatically agree and accept the rules of conduct. And that is basically just of no doxing, no verbal abuse directed at anyone, no, racism, homophobic comments or anything like that. Being verbal or written, that's if you decide to come on during the live. No religious political discussion, as we're here to enjoy the game together and just football. No spamming the live chat feed, preventing others from being seen. No self promotion unless given consent by the host. And that means sharing links to your own channel, blog, or commercial opportunity. You also agree that you'll follow the rules of the platform that you're viewing on. And just a quick disclaimer, the actual game is not televised due to broadcasting rights. So watch the game legally with who has the rights in your country and join in the live stream and react to the game with us live. A live score will be shown on the stream as well, and comment on the platform that you're viewing to participate in the live stream. So I'd like to formally welcome everyone to this live stream and welcome to any regular viewers that have come on, and welcome to all new viewers as well. So before we wait for the game's play, how would you rank both sides' lineups? Who do you think will win? We've got a couple of people here already. Welcome, Kenny. That is Kenny on X. They say RB will be winning 3-1. That's a nice scoreline. And that is just the post there. Teams are coming out now, led by RB Leipzig's captain, Willie Orban. Is there anyone that's viewed that has already listened to the podcast for this week? I will not spoil it with my prediction of this game. I did say that it will be an RB Leipzig win, however. Just have the Cologne fans singing their version of "You'll Never Walk Alone." Do you think anyone that is watching at the moment? Do you think that Cologne will score today? I have actually given a prediction that they will score. There was a couple of preview shows for this match week that have said that Cologne won't score. So that's something to take note, possibly, as it seems that most pundits are saying that it'll be a walk in the park for RB Leipzig today. There's a new slogan. It's "Stop hate, be a team." I completely agree with that. The game is the world game after all, and it should be as diverse as possible. This is one of the few Friday night games as well for RB Leipzig during this fixture for the season of 2023-2024. Have some latest news coming through this week as well, involving Xavi Simmons and also some other things coming at you on this week's episode coming up. Those links are always going to be updated on the rbltalk.com website. So if you don't mind doing a little bit of light reading, you can always go there and check the rbltalk.com website for all your news about RB Leipzig. Or you can always tune into the podcast, which is available every week with an extra episode every two. And I'll be reading those selected news sources out on those episodes. Here's a note for anyone that's currently watching. Do you think RB Leipzig will score within the first 15 minutes? If you do, drop those down in the comments on the platform that you're watching, and we'll start the discussion from there. Those that are wondering, my stream of the game just now, and for those that don't know, as I'm from Australia, it is actually from beIN Sports, who has the contract here in Australia. The game is just starting now, just kick off. So we're on 4 now 5 seconds. So my reaction may be a slightly different depending on the play on where you are. Also have some news during the week that we've had a new youth coach coming in as well, and new player has a youth contract. So they've gone from being a youth and they're now in the senior squad. So during this game, we need at least to have the draw. Otherwise, we are going to be definitely dropping points. Even if we do get the draw, we need to make sure that we get to the top four to retain the Champions League. As Dortmund play later on this week, and there's a turnover and a break for Cologne. Cologne have now gone to the centre of the park, just to the defensive area, pass back to their goalkeeper. I've just been informed that the stream for Facebook is not working for some reason. I'm not too sure about that, so we just have to try to fix that. For some reason, it's not streaming to Facebook. It seems so. I've just put out a post for everyone to just jump over onto YouTube if you are trying to view the game on Facebook. Clone just had a chance, header off target, not too bad. Looking threatening already, which is what one would want to get themselves out of that relegation zone. The slugger just had the ball and he's passed it to the clone defender. Hopefully, he doesn't do that throughout the whole game. It's only early minutes, so it's best to get all these mistakes out of the way. Obviously, ideally, you don't want to have those mistakes, but players can't be perfect. I know it's been raining in Cologne, so I wonder if maybe it's slippery on the surface as well, so the ball might skid on a little bit. Cologne seem to be able to do some decent interplay passing, 1-2 touches though. And it looks like Xavi's been fouled again. That's nothing new. And both Xavi and Raum will be behind this free kick here. Looks to be probably around about 20 yards out. Hello, Valentine or Valentin. My apologies if I've said that wrong. Unfortunately, I'm only an English speaking podcast, so I won't be able to copy and translate any of the posts through live chat. Good to see Haidara back into the starting lineup, though. I always feel that he's one of our best central defensive midfielders, and he played really well for, I believe it was Mali in AFCON. Clone are pressing quite well, quite good. We are, however, have opened up the right-hand side. Benny Henriks has the ball, just needs to cross it now. And we have a corner. So his first 5 minutes hasn't been too bad. We kind of looked attacking. We've done our usual, so that's not too bad. I'm surprised to see Lewis Openda start though. I was actually hoping he would be benched just because, I mean, he's a top player. He's going to be able to play himself out of his form slump. But I was just thinking that instead of putting the pressure on him, we could bring him on in the second half. Almost a break there from Clone, but Haidara picks that off and just does a clearance header back towards Cologne. We have the numbers, however. And now we're at the back with Schlager, who's done a massively that's a great pass, long pass there to Chubby by the look of it. Um, Hi, Bellum. I'm not too sure if you were speaking to me or someone else. Um, However, no, Bellum, I don't speak Spanish. Um, I actually don't know of any main Spanish words. I don't think we learned it in primary school or anything here in Australia, that I can remember anyway. I mean, I'm in my 30s now, so trying to remember that's a bit hard. Got the ball back well, retaining possession, which is always good to see. I've heard of an old saying that possession is 9/10 of the law, but it's actually what you do with it that matters. So it's always good to have all the ball, but then if you do nothing with it, then what's the point of having the ball? That's why I do love it when we do have our springboard attacks and we can counterattack very well. Bit of a stop and play at the moment. For anyone that wants to know as well, that I will be uploading this later on onto the Spotify channel for those that want to watch this later. Otherwise, it will be staying on YouTube that you can watch at a later date as well. Almost, almost got it. The press is going very well. However, Henriks has just done a challenge and it's knocked out for a goal kick. The stream that I've got at the moment is 8 minutes 15 seconds. Marco Rosa is looking down at the floor, just pondering how the first almost 10 minutes shortly has been. What do you think? How do you think the balance of play is at the moment? I think Cologne actually look the more attacking side at the moment. So Cologne have the ball in the second third of the pitch, their defensive half. They just pass it out onto their right hand side. We're pressing well, keeping shape well. I think that was a nice clearance by Leca, and that is correct. He's coming along quite nicely, actually. Costello Jr., good old Lekeba. That's a beautiful pass to open up, by the looks of it, Xavi. Chavez, Xavi's gone to a Pender, cross in, and it's just gone straight to the clone defender. I'd like to see that though from a Pender. He hasn't been playing well. Pender's missed his shooting boots, and now Kelowna have a counter-attacking chance. We just need to clear this ball. Well done, Xavi. Well done. Nice turn of foot. Nice give and go. Uh, Hopefully, Openda doesn't shoot straight away because he's going to really want to get his first shot on target just to get any rid of those nerves. I think he knows that he hasn't been playing up to his standards. But it's good to see that Marco Rose is sticking with him. Will it pay off though? That's a foul there by look of it. No? Okay. No foul on Xavi. And that's correct, Bellum. Yes, I don't speak Spanish, Italian, French, or German. Only a few German words. That is correct. You can tell I'm in England and Europe. You now have a free kick. Looks to be maybe 20 yards out or so. Both the usual culprits behind the ball. We've got Xavi and David Raum. Wouldn't mind seeing a shot here. Left foot shot as well from Raum into that top right hand corner would be good. Nice corner. Sorry, nice cross, I should say. Oh, we look messy. That is just messy. Not a good clearance from Clone, and yeah, we just did not look organised at all there. And Another comment here from Bellum is, "I think Cologne will fight like Mainz match. Leipzig should expect this." Yeah, I expect them to fight as well. I didn't think that Cologne were gonna be a pushover, um, that's for certain. I actually thought that Cologne were in with a chance, especially if they managed to score, so, I actually think that it's going to be a tough 90 minutes for RB Leipzig to be able to get the points. However, we should be getting all 3 points. The quality and class of RB Leipzig should get us through. And, another couple more comments. No, not drinking Red Bull Bellum, actually. Um, it is 6:13 AM my time, my local time, but no Red Bull for me today. I have made a coffee though, um, just to help as, I'm on night shift time lately. Some, mistakes from RB Leipzig, and now Cologne have a break. Cologne players run very well with that, but no conviction on the shot and goes across the posts, and it's out for a goal kick. Don't think that took a deflection. No, that went through Luke Haber's feet by the look of it. Yes, Bellum, that is right. Cologne sorry, Leipzig, the last watch along, they played solid away to Bayern. Harry Kane with the last minute winner, so close. That is right. Um, that was actually the first ever live stream as well of the RBL Talk podcast. So we did play very well for that. I actually thought that last goal was offside, to be honest, and a lot of people did as well. But it's Bayern. Obviously, they've been the best in German football for a long time. And if you don't take your chances, those things happen, unfortunately. Nice long passes. Oh, here we go. Shoot. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. That's a goal for Xavi and a goal for RB Leipzig. We already are 1-0 in the first 15 minutes. What did you think of that goal? Nice long pass, retained possession well. No, no one's offside in that. Not at all. And I think that was Sesko with a little tap on. And yes, Bellum, nice start away from home. It's good to see. And a follow-up question. You've got Justin, what is the difference between a long pass and a long ball? Leipzig silence the home fans and are winning. It's basically the same thing. So for me, I define a long pass as normally a ground pass or a through ball, so to speak. And a long pass would normally, sorry, a long ball is normally just a pass that's not directed to anyone, so into open space or something like that. So, um, for instance, when we do a long ball to a pendant to run into space, that is a long ball, and a long pass would be what just happened in that lead up play to that goal. Is how I would say that would be a long pass. Although some people do define them as the same thing, which is fine. Clone now have it on the their right hand side, our left hand side, and it crosses right into David Raum, and they now have a corner. That's right, Bellum. Um, I wouldn't say that I'm good friends with the lads over there at VfB Stuttgart Americana. However, I did do an interview with We'll get back to that. That looks like a goal for Clone. Yep, that's definitely a goal. I don't see anything offside with that. I will get back to that in a second, Ballum. So, like I've always said, you are at most dangerous when you score, and it's not most dangerous, it's you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. So, going back to that, Ballum, um, yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm good friends with the guys over there at VfB at Stuttgart Americana. I did manage to get one of them on the show where I interviewed Travis, which was really fun. And, yeah, they've been doing their podcast for a lot longer than I have, I think. Um, Not too sure on that one to be exact, but it was a really good interview. If you wanna go check that out, you can go to the rbltalk.com website, and if you go to the all-time guest list, there's a link on all the guests that have been on the show and also to their episodes. And yes, Bellum, very short-lived. Leipzig have to try again. So, a lot of people tipped Cologne not to score. I did, however, tip them to score. I'm not trying to big note of myself or anything, but, I could see us conceding a goal today at least, so my prediction is still possible. Um, won't go into further detail into that and ruin, the predictions for this week's episode if you haven't had the chance to listen to it already. If you haven't had a chance to listen to this week's episode, that will be down in the show notes. You can click on the link on there on Spotify and you can listen to all the podcast episodes from there. Or you can go to the rbltalk.com website and on the subscribe tab, it'll be your chosen platform. Just click on the icon and it will direct you straight to your podcast app. Just a foul here at the moment. Looks like Sesko's foul, no booking, which is good. Don't like to see bookings too early on in the first 20 minutes. Just the replay here, Sesko, yeah, drives in, bit dangerous. I mean, you could possibly get a booking for that. He clearly missed the ball. I'm glad the referee has kept the cards in his pocket, however. Bellum very active in the chat today, which is always good to see. Do you think other Leipzig teams in the region will ever go up the league? Not important, but do you know for the Leipzig area, RB and the city representatives? Yeah, I do know there is a couple other teams in RB Leipzig, and there's a bit of a background on that on the why I support RB on the rbltalk.com website. However, look, I don't think they will. I think it's gonna be a bit of a case of how TSV 1860 Munich are, with Bayern Munich. I'd love to see that for the Bundesliga to have a Munich derby and have 1860 Munich, who were around before Bayern Munich, actually go up into the ranks and compete quite well. Um, but I just don't think it'll happen. It would be good for East Germany as well, if we had another team in Saxony or even in Leipzig. As you know, why not have a local derby? That'd be great. 21 minutes played. Clone passing it around. Danny Olmo with a beautiful cutoff. I forget what that is called. It's not. I don't think it's not a Rabona. That's when you kick through someone's legs. He just did a beautiful flick to himself and then passed the ball away from him, away from the clone defender. It's beautiful skill there from Danny Olmo. I believe there is a name for that. I just can't think of it at the moment. If you do know what if that is called something, down in the comments and let me know. As Schlager has the ball, crosses the ball to Benny Henrichs, great vision, cuts inside, beautiful, to Olmo, tries passing it, but he gets a ball back, tries to go through the defenders by dribbling, but didn't get there. So good to see, good to see. Uh, Alum, would I take 1-1 for halftime, as this is a Friday night match. Marco Rosa is a 60-minute making changes trainer, a head coach. Yeah, someone actually said one time they were surprised to see changes before the 70th minute or something silly like that. I couldn't help but have a chuckle to it. Um, but hold on just a second. No, Willie Orban kicks it into the clone defender, and we have a throw in deep in our defensive third. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind taking a 1-1, obvious at halftime, but I would rather us be leading at halftime. That's not to say that, that we 'cause we've scored already, so it's not to say that I'm disappointed. Obviously disappointed to have been scored against, but, it is what it is. You just push on. For the balance of play, 1-1 would be okay. There's still 20 odd minutes, so won't hold my breath. Any team can still score here because Cologne is still looking dangerous when they come forward. But I reckon Marco Reus will probably do his substitutions. I don't know why I was going to say transfers. Probably around about the 65th to 68th minute mark, I reckon, today. Yeah, he does seem to leave them a little bit late. Yeah, Bellum, some people do say, sorry, not that one. Some people do say that they do make him late as well. Lewis Pender has around 20 goals this season, so hit and miss at times this season. Yeah, he has a little bit, Bellum. Yeah, Pender has been a little bit. He's missed his shooting boots ever since that Real Madrid game. He missed a couple 1v1s. Really should have scored a goal, but you know, form is temporary, class is permanent. Pender has class. He'll score soon. Bit of a foul there. I think Clone's pressing a little bit too well for us at the moment. I reckon we need to just keep the ball, let them press, let them make some space, and then pull the trigger. So, where are you watching the game from? We've got a fair few viewers at the moment across all platforms. Unsure why the stream on Facebook isn't working today. Not too sure. I think it's probably because I just recently changed my password. However, the connection there was working a little bit before when I tested everything, so but that's okay. There we go. Pender's good shooting off the ball. I think he's fouled him though. Yeah, getting a little bit frustrated there. On a funny note, actually, when the first live stream happened a couple of weeks ago, when we live streamed the Bayern game, there was a DMCA takedown notice for the live stream on Facebook. Funny enough, someone put in a DMCA request saying that there was content on there that they had owned the rights to, or something like that. And I put nothing at all on the podcast or anything like that with any sort of music that has rights to somebody else. And I did a Google search, as you do these days, and did the Google search, and the company that did the DMCA takedown notice actually made fake ones for a lot of things. Um, so yeah, the Facebook stream, we've had problems since day one, apparently. But that Facebook stream is up and running for the first one. If you'd like to go over there, if you're on the Facebook channels, go give us a like and go over there. Beautiful pass, a Pender. There we go, scored, but he's offside. I think. Yeah, he's offside. That'll be good for his confidence, though. Yeah, he's offside just by a foot and a bit, but very good to see him already score. Even if it doesn't count, that'll get his confidence up. As I said just before, Openda will score. He has, just doesn't count. Uh, no, Bellum. Just reading your comment there. Did you know Fabio Carvalho, who hardly played around 10 times here on a loan, started off his career at Belham, then Fulham, and now Liverpool Football Club. On loan at Hull and scoring goals 3 there at times, yeah. Um, and Google and Wikipedia will show you all this, yeah. Um, no, I didn't know that. I knew he got reloaned out. I did a editorial article on Fabio Carvalho with the lads at Redmond TV for Liverpool, and yeah, I don't know why he wasn't picked. I wanted to see him shine. I wanted to see him play well. The kid's obviously got talent, and I don't know if it was Marco Rosa didn't like him in training, like because he just wasn't putting the effort in. These are things that we can only speculate because we don't know unless you've got someone confirming it from inside of the club. Um, or maybe he just wasn't to the caliber of what Leipzig were expecting. There's also that too. It's nice challenge there from Openda. Has been fouled though. Um, yeah, just quickly, I do think Fabio Carvalho scoring at Hull, not at Leipzig. Did Leipzig struggle fitting him into a team with him and Xavi Simons? Yeah, him and Xavi are probably the same type of player. Both attacking midfielders, play on the wing. Um, I don't think that honestly, I didn't see much of him to be able to rate him too well here at Leipzig. So I just don't think he actually had the quality. So it was harder to find. So when you get a loan player, obviously you loan them because you want to play them in the team, and the parent club is going to be really peed off, to put it nicely, if they don't play them. So because they get loaned out because their parent club can't put them on the starting 11 because they can't break into the side for whatever reason. And obviously, Liverpool would have been annoyed with us, and that's fine. What's done is done. Um, but he's also playing at Hull, which is a different league compared to the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga is a top European league, and I believe Hull is in the Championship, or it could be the third division of the English league. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So, um, we'll answer your question shortly. Pender's got the ball. Olmo. Oh, beautiful shot. Sesko fluffed his lines. Sesko, really? I can't believe you missed that. That was absolutely keeper had him dead to rights. Like, keeper, no way would have saved that. No way. Um, yep, so I was in the league below Premier League, which is the Championship. So, now you want German. Thoughts on the pink shirt? Pink, black shorts seem a little common these days. Yeah, um, I am German by heritage. I'm not obviously in Germany, so only I think it's second generation born here. So my mother was born here, and I'm born here. Everyone else was born in down in Leipzig, and my great nana was born in Kiel. So, but yeah, look, I think it's great. The pink shirt looks good. Um, I think the home kit for me, the Die Mineshaft home kit, it just didn't look looks very plain. But for me, that's just how Adidas are. A lot of their kits are plain, but that could just be me. Um, I mean, some Nike shirts can be a little plain as well. Like I think Liverpool had one a couple years ago. I mean, their home kit is obviously a plain type kit, but I think it was one of their away kits that would just look like toothpaste or something like that. Um, so kudos to Nike, who have been our shirt sponsor for like 14 years or so. Oh, that's a foul there. Excuse me. Idara's fouled. Should be a yellow card, surely. Okay. Yeah, so going back to the shirts, it'd be really interesting to see what Puma can do with our first kit next year, under them. So it's good to see us actually get a German brand as well. So Puma have made the kits, for those that don't know, of Borussia Dortmund and Gladbach and other teams in the league for quite some time now. Yes, that's right, Bellum. Kiel, the team are in the top 4 promotion places in the Bundesliga too. That's right, yeah. I've said that before on, on a podcast episode as well. If, Leipzig wasn't around, I'd have to support Kiel. So, checking out this free kick here. No, not bad, not bad. No shot. Nice weighted ball there from David Raum. Just another 12 minutes or so with added time. Schlager is playing himself better. Olmo pass to Henrichs. Yep. Oh, bad bad pass, bad pass. Little bit wayward. Stay on your feet, Danny, stay on your feet. No. Yes. Yeah, it will be interesting to find out what their kit will look like next season with Puma. I honestly think that with Puma, they'll do something bold, being the very first kit that they've made for them. They'll wanna make a statement, just like Oppenda's making a statement here, and, has done a nice tackle, retained the ball. Mm, we've, uh, we've done alright. Cologne have actually defended quite well, especially putting numbers into the box, making sure that their keeper's protected. That's a nice tackle there from Haidara. Olmo passes to Schlager to Xavi, nice step over. I read an article actually, during the week that Xavi Simons first started out around about €4,000,000. And hold on a moment, we'll get back onto that. Olmo shoots, or just to the side. So yeah, Xavi Simons, his original worth value just a couple years ago, was around about €4,000,000. Now I think he's up to like €90,000,000 or €80,000,000 or something like that with his 2 seasons, the last season with PSV Eindhoven and then now with us. So he's, certainly raised his stock value, that's for certain. He's got a bit of a break in play here while the clone keeper gets a ball. Clone now flirting with danger and passing it in the back, and the pressure was too much, and they've just cleared their lines. RB Leipzig now have a throw in, taken quickly. We're now in the second, third, just before our defensive third, passing the ball around. Olmo has it to Orban. Orban back to Olmo after he's recovered. No give and go. Giving the ball away in the middle of the park. Clone have the break, and that's a beautiful challenge there from Olmo. He's worked tirelessly down that right-hand side tonight. Now we're trying on the left-hand side. Lukeba, I believe that was to David Raum. David Raum pushing into the second third of the pitch. For those of you that are following along and watching the game, there's a nice cross over here. Nope, unable to get onto the end of that with David Raum. When you have your fullbacks pressing up the pitch, you need to make sure that you don't give the ball away in dangerous situations, otherwise you'll be exposed on the break. And that's just, football 101. And that's where we get caught on the break sometimes. We have our fullbacks pushing up the far up the pitch. Our central midfielders then give the ball away, and then we're pushed onto the break, and then our back four becomes a back two. A good example of this was the goal against Real Madrid, where Orban, I believe, had to deal with Vinicius Junior and Jude Bellingham. And it wasn't until Lukeba was able to come back and cover to make it a 2-2 again. Yes, that's right, Bellum. Thank you for citing that. Um, remember, this podcast is for all the RB Leipzig supporters around the world, not just in Germany. And if you do support another team in the Bundesliga and you're watching this game and you're viewing it, you can also comment on the game's play. You can send in questions or anything like that through the RBL Talk segment during the weeks as well. So even if you don't support Leipzig, I'm always happy to have people come on the show as well as a special guest. And you can always send in your questions and responses. Obviously, you have to keep it a little bit clean. I know we're not the most liked club in Germany, and I get a bit of flack here and there, as you do. It comes with the podcast. It's just how things go. But if you've got anything constructive to input, you're more than welcome to always add them in and put them into the show and into the show notes, and even into the live streams. No, Bellum. You don't send them in by letter, as I don't have a PO box set up for the podcast. I don't do fan mail in that way. It's always via social media. So no, I don't accept letters. Actually, I'll have to post that up. That's a good one. Uh, so now we've got the ball here, attacking third, Schlager to oh, nice cross there actually from Raum right onto the foot of Benny Henrik. Just couldn't get any conviction onto the shot. Just missed it to the far left-hand side. I think it came onto him a bit quickly, to be what do we got going on here? Mm, Xavi is a bit upset here with the ball, and Raum is pushing him back. That's odd. Oh, someone in the crowd has thrown something at Xavi. I'm gonna say this now. I don't care where you are in the world, if you're at a game, I know German football is a little bit different, where the fans can, you know, do a lot of things that you can't in other European stadiums, but there's no reason for you ever to throw something at a player or official. I don't care. So you can give me as much hate as you like. You can, give them abuse or something like that because you don't like the you don't like the player. Obviously, you keep it tasteful. You don't have any racial slurs or anything like that. For instance, you can. It's called a sledge. You could turn around and say if Xavi did a really bad, kick for goal, turn around and go, you kick that like a 10th grader or a 10-year-old or something. That's a little bit different. But there's no reason for you to ever be throwing things at a player, official, or anything like that. Go there, enjoy the game, keep it clean. Things like that is where I believe people should be getting some match bans. Just you don't do that type of things. That's off limits for me. And I do agree, German football does have a great fan culture. It's the best in the world. Nothing can beat it, except you know, don't throw things. Basically, like you wouldn't like it if someone threw things at you. Why would you throw things at them? It's just as simple as that. They're out there doing their job. You know, we're here to watch the game, enjoy ourselves, admire all these top players doing their craft. No reason to throw things. If you did that at a football game here in Australia, you'd be taken out by security, basically. Olmo has the ball on the right hand side, get crowded by Clone, nice pressing. Clone now have a break. Clone tries to centre the ball, intercepted by Schlager. Openda now is in the attacking third for Leipzig, passes to Raum, and a challenge from Cologne, and now another corner on that left-hand side for RB Leipzig. It's probably our third corner or so, I reckon, for this half. Haven't written down any stats or anything yet. We've got Xavi with the corner this time. It's just hit 45 minutes now. I believe they're probably about 3 minutes at a time. Let's have a look. What's going on? Why are we not picking the ball? There we go. That's a nice delivery. Oh, Olmo turns, hits the post. Xavi crosses on. Ah, yep, 3 minutes of added time. Welcome, Fallen Hero. Oh, wow, that was a rocketing shot from Xavi. We got to be better, do better. That is right, Fallen Hero. We do have to do better. We'll go into that during the halftime break. What everyone would think some changes need to be done or how we can improve. Yes, that was a beautiful volley. Always going up though. Oh, I think that's a yep, that's a foul. For those that are wondering, during the halftime break, I will be gone for maybe about 2 minutes or so, just so I can make sure I grab some water and stuff like that for the second half. So sit down, relax, enjoy the live stream, enjoy the game. It's all happening in Cologne tonight. Well, that would have been a very good through ball. Nope, bad pass. Wow, the keeper goes straight to Olmo. What can we do? Put the pressure on. Xavi dancing around defenders. Olmo with the ball. Henrik, shoot, shoot. No, would have liked to have seen Benny Henriks there take a shot, even if it was across the keeper. Wow, clone of a break. 3 on 3. Oh, the final pass, just poor. Wow, that was a ridiculous chance for Clone. Great break, great break. Now our turn now on the break. Schlager opens it up for Xavi to Openda. Oh, that's a great save. All he had to do was go either which way, but unfortunately went straight to the keeper. And that is the half. So that is half time with the scores at 1-1. What are your thoughts on the half so far? I think that RB Leipzig have been the better side for a vast majority of it. Cologne have been very good at counter-attacking, have had some magnificent chances. However, they haven't been able to get that final pass or that final shot away. Well, I'm going to take this moment to take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly. Back again. Like I said, just a very quick break. Gonna write some notes down for the podcast for this week during this halftime break. If anyone would like to send in any comments or anything like that before we start the second half, more than welcome to answer any questions that you may have. Post up any statements as well. Otherwise, it's just going to be me writing up some things for the podcast. Best player for the half for me, I would have to say would be Danny Olmo, but that's just me. Not too sure. It's very tough. It's a mixture of him or Xavi Simons, but I think Olmo just gets that little bit above. Like to see Elmas come on as well in the second half. I was quite disappointed that he wasn't starting today, to be honest, because He played superbly in the first half against Darmstadt. Ended up being a little bit crook, got taken off. So if he doesn't come on, I'll be very disappointed. I don't think any changes are needed though at the halftime break. Um, I think leave it for next 20-25 minutes after the half, and I think that class will get through. Out of everyone who's watching, where are you all watching from this evening? We've got some listeners over in Israel. We have some listeners over in England. And I should say viewers, not listeners. This one is a video. It is a live stream. The podcast during the week, though, is always just audio. And interviews at the moment on the podcast are just audio as well. I do plan on trying to get those to video as well. Now, with the backdrop that I have behind me, I'll try to do those as video as well. However, there is a video going to be coming up sometime. Sorry, audio this week is going to be an audio. Apologies, I just lost my train of thought there. There's going to be a audio interview this week as an extra episode. So look out for that. That'll be released before the usual midweek episode. And if you would like to get on the show and have an interview and express your thoughts on RB Leipzig and also your team, if you don't support RB Leipzig, you can always go to the rbltalk.com website and go to rbltalk.com/submit, and you can come on the show as a special guest in the RBL Talk segment. And if you are watching the stream, please go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, or go to the Spotify link if you listen to the podcast on Spotify. And if you don't listen to the podcast on Spotify or YouTube, go to your platform and just click on the link and hit subscribe. And if you already do listen to the podcast, if you don't mind telling other people that of the show, it would be much appreciated. As the bigger the show gets, the better the guests get. So, out of the next three things for the half, three things. Number one, Elmas needs to come on. That's my first thing that has to happen. Doesn't need to happen at the start of the half, but he does need to play a pivotal part at some point. Only problem is that we'll have to take off either Danny Olmo or Xavi Simmons, and that's okay. Uh, However, we could put him up front, but I don't really want to change the front two of Sesko or Lewis Openda. Openda's ready to score. He's primed. So it looks that he has changed his shooting boots. Maybe he was just using the same boots for a couple of match days. Although I have watched documentaries and seen some things behind the scenes of football clubs. For those that don't know, normally players don't have the same boots every match day. They have a few pairs of boots, um, and they get cleaned, and you have people behind the scenes, doing all the linen and everything like that. Got another comment here from Fallen Hero. We need to find a winning goal if we want to play in the Champions League. That is correct. Uh, what do you think? Do you think that we will make the Champions League? I think we will. I don't know if it's going to be because we're going to be top five and the fifth spot is going to Champions League, or if we will make top four. We do have that game against Dortmund, who are sitting in fourth later on in the season, in the coming weeks. So, if you are a Dortmund fan or supporter, by the way, and you want to come on the show, go to the rbltalk.com/submit and fill out the guest form, and I'd be happy to have you on the show as a special guest. And that goes out to everyone as well, whether you're an RB Leipzig supporter, a Dortmund supporter, Bayern supporter, Leverkusen supporter even. But, yes, I think we will make Champions League football, but that's if we wanna keep the Xavi Simons loan. There's a contract clause in there saying that he can be reloaned out to us. It's not automatic. PSG can pull that, which I expect that they will if Mbappe does go to Real Madrid, which that's basically a certainty now. It just hasn't happened. So I don't think Xavi will be with us next season, which would be unfortunate. Did see on social media as well that um, why keep Xavi as well. So someone posted over on Twitter or X, however you like to call it. Um, they said that why he's a very pivotal part of our side, but he's a loanee, and they don't like that. The team's built around him. I agree in a sense that it's hard to have a player of such the good caliber. Xavi gives us a great dynamic and something that we don't have without him. And I think that going forward into the future, if we can't go to PSG and go, hey, is there an option to buy, hypothetically? And then let's say that we do get a loan deal again next season with him, but change it to if we make top four again with Xavi, can we buy him? Um, then yeah, sure. Otherwise, we need to start looking for someone that has this caliber of just that extra dynamic. What are your thoughts, everyone that's listening and watching? Uh, do you think Xavi should stay with RB Leipzig, or do you think that RB Leipzig should be looking for a replacement for Xavi? Someone actually told me that the Twitter or X stream is about 20 seconds behind, apparently, and the YouTube stream is about 5 or 10 seconds. So it's quite interesting on how certain platforms do that. While we're on the halftime break, we'll see if we can fix the Facebook stream. As yes, I do know that we've got a bit of problems there. Hmm. Looking at the fixtures, I think Dortmund and Frankfurt game that's going to be really telling for that top six, and I think that's going to end in a draw. So we really need to make sure that we don't drop any points today and only have the point. We do need those 3 points. As if my prediction is correct, excuse me, with that game, it means if we win today, we will only be 1 point in front, I believe. So, 2 points. My apologies. Next game, I believe, coming up for RB Leipzig will be Mainz, and then after the international break, I believe that we are playing Freiburg. So I was thinking of doing another live stream during those 2. I'm not too sure which one, but I think we'll be doing try to do a live stream once a month as a bare minimum. So we did the live stream for the Bayern game around the end of February. So now that we're in March, this would be the live stream for March at the very least. It's good to see all the lads there warming up. Who would you like to see come on in that second half? I've already said that I'd like to see Elif Elmas, as he needs to play a lot more than what has already happened. I don't know why Rosa didn't start him. I just really have no idea. I also would like to see Seiwald come on, but Seiwald will be replacing one of the central midfielders out of Haidar or Schlager if one of them get booked or if we need to make some changes just for the fitness. Play is almost about to start. No substitution so far, which is good. Don't think we needed to make any drastic changes for the second half. Rose is coming out to the tunnel. He's a little bit late. Doesn't look happy at all. So almost about to start play for the second half. Can't wait. Players getting ready. Referee doing the player count. Making sure that all 11 players are on the pitch, and away we go. I think a lot of people that had tipped this game for Cologne not to score, I think they were thinking that it was going to be like the reverse fixture where we pummeled them a little bit. I think it was about 5-0, 6-0, or something like that. First 30 seconds, foul from Danny Olmo. Just pushes the Cologne player down to the ground there. Nothing in it, just a foul. Cologne have the ball in their defensive third. Nice through ball, but it's touched him on the shoulder. Nope, appears he's offside. So that attack has been stopped by the linesman. Peter Galaccia has the ball, our captain, vice captain, I should say. Idara passes the ball to Olmo, Olmo to Henriks. It has been a very good combination for this whole game. There's been great interplay there by Benny Henriks and Olmo throughout this whole entire match. We have a throw in, David Ram to take it. Passes to Openda, which passes it back. Looks like a throw in for Clone. Nope, that's ours. We do it again. Those that are wondering for the second half, my stream of the game is 47 minutes and now 28 seconds as Clone are taking a counter-attacking break. They've opened it up to the right-hand side and just runs the Clone player just runs into a wall of Leipzig defenders, and that breaks up that attack. Bender now has the ball on the left-hand side, tries to kick the ball on, but ends up getting out of play. I think the ball was clearly out. The replay on my end shows that the ball did clearly go across the line. With the scores locked at 1-1, I still think there's at least a goal in this game. And there is a foul. Schlager is fouled by a Cologne player, and the yellow card is a booking, which didn't look like there was much in it. Almost looked like he fell over, to be honest. Little surprised that he got booked there. Leipzig back into the attacking third. Xavi passes to Olmo. Olmo tries to pass the ball with a one-time touch and goes straight into the Cologne defense. Cologne are trying to start an attack, but the Leipzig press is working fantastically well. Cologne managed to get themselves out of a tight spot there. That was good. Cologne now have the ball, pressing forward. Heard the whistle go. I'm unsure exactly why. Mm. I honestly think the Cologne player just kicked it out of play. Honestly, I thought the whistle was blown. Remember, if you would like to get involved with the live stream, all you have to do is wherever you're watching this is comment below, and I will highlight those comments and interact with you live. And if you've never heard of the RBL Talk podcast before, you can go to rbltalk.com and check out the homepage, or you can go to the link in the show notes of this live stream here, and that is there is the Spotify link in there. And if you listen to your podcast on Spotify, that is. If you don't listen to your podcasts on Spotify, you can just search RB Leipzig podcast and you'll find us. Or you can go to the rbltalk.com website and click on the subscribe button and just tap your app of choice, and it will direct you straight to your app link with the show. We've got a fair bit of the ball at the moment, but we haven't really done much with it. Still early days, only 10 minutes played of the 5 minutes played of the first half, sorry. Clone have another break, but that last pass for Cologne today just has been a little bit off. I feel if they clean that last pass up, they'll score. RB Leipzig have the ball in defense. Orban passes it to Henriks on the right-hand side. Back to Orban, who's pressured to the right-hand side. Henriks just seems to lose his footing a little bit there, still retains the possession. Orban has moved over to the right-hand wing from central defense. And we change sides to the left-hand side. Xavi and Raum, some interplay football with them. Raum to Openda, back to Raum. Raum just needs to cut inside and find a nice ball in the center, tries to find Xavi and Cologne with a challenge for a throw in for RB Leipzig. That's a good pass back for Openda. Openda had no space though as Cologne shrouded him. We still maintain possession though. Ball is in dispute at the moment, and there is a foul on Haidara by the look of it. And we have a free kick. We play it quickly, which we've wasted it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Cologne have another break. Oh, Leipzig turned to the Leipzig defender, which looked to be Schlager there. Any comments so far on the game? Just make sure that you, on the platform of your choosing, wherever you're watching this, just put it in the comments below. That's a beautiful cross there from Cologne. Oh, again, straight to the defenders. I don't know if our defense has just been good or if Cologne has just been poor. The ball in dispute again. Cologne has the ball with the interception. Crossing the ball in and misses everyone, and Leipzig clear the ball away. I think it's coming back though, by the look of it. No, we retain the possession. Xavi to Openda. Just needs to pick the ball on, keep the ball in. He does. Openda just needs to take it back a little bit. He does to Xavi. Make some space, son. Olmo to Henriks. Crosses the ball in and straight to the Cologne defense, who are waiting and will gobble that up all day. Round tries a cross into the middle. Cologne clear it, and now RB Leipzig have another corner. I think we should do a short corner here, to be honest. We normally do crosses to the far box. Sorry, the far post. That's exactly where it goes, to the far post, which just gets cleared to the other side, and now it'll be a corner from the right-hand side. Raum goes all the way to the other side to do another cross. Xavi is with him though, so this will be interesting. Short cross. Raum taps it to Xavi. Xavi back to Raum. Back to Xavi with a cross. All man headers it on, and it's a block shot. There'll be a VAR check there because I don't know what it hit. Didn't know if there was a handball there at all. Henriks has the ball, does shoot, but straight into the defense. There is a VAR check underway. VAR check underway. Believe it's passed. No handball. Leipzig have the ball back. Raum to Sesko. Back to Raum. We just need to slow the play down a bit and pick at the pass. Not like that. Haidara coughs it up to Cologne. Cologne now on the break. Good run so far. Cologne have the ball. They try to cross it straight into the Leipzig defender. That looks like it's gone straight into his gut. It looks like it's Lakeba. Hopefully he's okay. There'd be a little stoppage of play. No, that's Haidara. My apologies. Just showing a replay here. That's a handball. I reckon it's no, I think it might have been the thigh. I think it hit his thigh. For those watching, do you think that was a handball, or do you think it's play on? So far, we've got a cross from Clone to the edge of the 18-yard box, who shoots it with his left and just goes wide. Back to the teams just having a feel for one another. Clone now passing the ball quite well, actually. They're certainly not playing like a bottom 3 side or bottom 4, I believe now. Clone on another break. Clone now have it on their left-hand side, crosses it in, and the header goes wide, which came off the defender, which looked to be David Raum with a heading clearance. All the Clone supporters are jumping up and down. They would be making a lot of noise. If you've been to a game at the Clone Stadium and you're watching the stream, drop a comment and let me know what the atmosphere is like. So Clone now have a corner to the near post, and it's headed away by Leipzig, which has gone back to a Clone player, kicks it into Leipzig player, and Clone now have it on the right hand side. However, Henriks managed to win the ball, but I believe it is a foul, and it'll be a free kick on the far right hand side, and Peter Galacci looks like he'll be kicking the ball to restart play. Play's been restarted. It's on the left-hand side now with David Raum. Raum to Schlager, Schlager to Lukeba, Lukeba to Orban. Orban tries to cross it to the right-hand side to Benny Henriks, but the Clone defender gets in well for an interception. Leipzig have a free kick taken quickly, crossed over to Raum. Raum just needs to either whip it in or cut it back. Cuts it back to Haidara, back to Raum, to Schlager. Schlager has the ball, turns around 360, back into the Clone attacker. Defender, my apologies. Wow, what a turn from Lukeba. Such a young lad with such great potential. Just not we're just lacking our final pass now. Looks like a foul from Xavi on the Clone player. No booking there for Xavi. Yeah, might be getting a book. Yep, yellow card. Don't want to see it. But, oh, that will be my change in the next 8 minutes. I'll be taking off Xavi just so he doesn't get a second booking. Put on Elif Elmas. Who would you like to see? Put your comments below on what players you would like to see come onto the pitch. And if you're a Clone supporter, drop those down as well. And Yes, for those that are asking, oh, Xavi crosses to Openda. Openda taps it in, but is it offside? Well, let's have a look. There will be a check on this. I do think he's onside. I did say Openda was going to score. He's technically scored twice today. No offside. That's beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful interplay passing. Schlager to Sesko. The pass to Xavi. Xavi centers it in for a tap in for Lewis Openda. Finally scores that goal that he's been looking for. It's beautiful to see. Fallen hero, let's go. I agree. Yes, I actually did tip the scoreline of 2-1, so that is correct at the moment. I still think that there are more goals to come in this game. It just depends if we can keep our heads and not level the score. As Cologne is still attacking, they have the ball right now. A good defensive acumen there shown by Amadou Haidara. Lukeba has the ball, passes around, passes inside to Schlupp, who finds himself deep in his defensive third. Judging by what this says here, I think we are 57 or 58, 57 goals scored this season, which is not bad. Has to be said, Lewis Openda is easily our best signing of the year. He's top scorer from the very first season that he comes into the squad. He'll probably hit the 20 goal mark. Uh, just fantastic. Xavi has the ball. Beautiful. Now he's taken down with a foul. Book him. There we go. Beautiful. Deserved to be booked there. Knew what he was doing. Just took down Xavi. No way was he going to get the ball. Dragged him back. Xavi went down a little bit easily, but the foul was there. Free kick pretty much in the center circle. If it wasn't so warm down here, as it's supposed to be springtime, I believe, down there in Germany at the moment on the northern hemisphere. Oh, what a header! Wow, what a header! What a header by Openda. That makes that 3-1. What did I say just moments ago? There was always going to be another goal in this game, and there was going to be more goals. Even though we've got the live score here, we'll just flash this up here from Fallen Hero. Always happy to promote the listeners of the podcast and viewers of the live streams. So 3-1. And also from Fallen Hero, Openda is still developing as well. Glad to have him back in his groove. Yes, uh, I did say that form is temporary, class is permanent. He oozes class. I did say that he would score as well today, so he's done well. We might be on for a hat trick here. Hopefully, Marco Rosa doesn't take him off though. Sometimes he does take him off and take players off who are going well, and does make changes sometimes. But more often than not, they work out. And yep, Fallen Heroes also picked up on that more for a hat trick. I actually don't know if Luis Openda has scored a hat trick for us yet. Uh, if you know what game he scored a hat trick, because it can't come to mind at the moment, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Otherwise, I don't actually think he's scored a hat trick for us. He's scored at least 2 goals, I know that. Well, obviously in this game, but he's scored a double, I'm pretty sure, before. Be interesting to see where we go from here. This could be a cricket score. Could be 5-1 by the end of this. We've still got the substitutes to come on as well. Oh wow, what a bad pass. Cologne have the ball on the break and fluffs it. Schlager gets the ball back. There we go. Fallen Hero says first career one today if he gets one more goal. Oh, almost another pass to him there. Uh, I think he scored a hat trick for Lens. I don't believe it's his first ever hat trick. That would also be interesting because when we do get players, I do scout them a little bit when I know that they're coming over. Every now and then, I'll look at the New York Red Bulls or the FC Salzburg because we do seem to get players from both our sister clubs. And I did a little bit of a scouting profile on Benjamin Sesko before he came over. I said earlier when I found that out, it would be the replacement for Yusuf Towson. We have the corner. Shoot. Oh, another shot and a goal. Took a deflection, but that's a good goal. Make that 4-1. I wonder if Haidara will take that or if it comes down as an O goal. You have to say that's a goal for Haidara. Yeah. Ball gets straight into the penalty arc, just before the penalty arc, and he buries it to the bottom right corner. Let's have a look at the deflection. No, yeah, it's you got to give that to Haidara. That's not too much of a deflection there. If there was a massive deflection, you'd give it an own goal, but you have to give that to Haidara. Rocketing shot. Let's see if Cologne have a response. Says here goal probability, 6% for Haidara. So I know he doesn't score very many goals, but wow, when you can rocket the ball like that, few and far between goals, but they're good. Cologne now have the ball in their defence. Managed some nice interplay on the left-hand side wing. Cuts inside. Cologne still have the ball. Schlager pressing, and it's a foul on Schlager. Apologies. Schlager has fouled a player and gets a booking. A booking for Haidara by the look of it. I think Haidara's had some words here and has been booked for dissent. So for people that don't know what dissent is you yell or swear at the referee. You don't like it, but it looks like here that on the replay, he's taken the ball, so you can't do that. Interfering with play, yeah, yellow card. A little disappointing there, though. It's an unnecessary yellow card from Haidara. Clone now making their changes. Looks to be 2 changes. Marco Rosa probably won't be doing any changes, at least for a few minutes yet. For those of you that joined in the first live stream, when we played Bayern Munich, uh, we actually through the half-time break, we actually had a power outage. Had a temporary power outage as, here in Australia, it's the summertime. We're just coming into autumn now, and, it was actually a small power outage due to excess load on the grid network. So but the power came back on within the 10, 15-minute break, so no one knew. It was only when I said it on the live chat, uh, power went out. Free kick taken to the back left corner, right corner, my apologies, and it's just gone out for a goal kick. Bit of a lackluster free kick there. Openda comes off. Give him a round of ovation for that one. Played well. A little disappointed though that, Marco Rose has taken him off, but he's done his job. So no hat trick today. Yusuf Poulsen comes on, and both our strikers are changed as Benjamin Sesko comes off and Baumgartner comes on as well. I've just been informed that some people aren't actually watching the live stream, they're also listening to the live stream. So, someone says that they're at work. I won't post this comment as you are at work, just in case your boss does see this live stream. And, they've got it listening in the background while they're working. So hopefully, you're an RB Leipzig supporter and, you're enjoying the commentary through the game. And I'd just like to take this moment to thank everyone that so far got involved with the live stream and also watching the live stream as RB Leipzig pushing forward and are now in their attacking third. Leipzig have really retained their possession well and swapped plays. And now we have a free kick in a dangerous position, approximately 19 yards from the goal, just next to the penalty arc. I'd like to see Danny Olmo take this free kick, to be honest. I think at this close range, he's the best to be taking this. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if either Xavi or Raum take this as well. But I think Olmo has the better technique from this angle and position with a nice right curved shot into the top left corner here. Let's see who shoots. Olmo shoots, fluffs his lines, got underneath it a little bit, and went right over the crossbar. Yeah, fallen hero. Yeah, we're pretty much on that. It's simple. Beat Dortmund, and we'll be in the European UEFA Champions League next year because Bain owns them. Yeah, that's pretty true. Um, Dortmund haven't really done too well this season, have they? I mean, when you look at it, they're still right up there. But a bit like us, they've lost games where they should have won. And with the results of today's game, we'll be all hoping that Frankfurt can do the business. And I predicted a 2-2 draw for that one. Uh, some people have said that Frankfurt aren't going to be able to draw that game, but I think they'll draw. I don't know who's going to win, if they'll win, but obviously any result of a draw or win for Frankfurt helps us and our ambitions. I really do hope, though, like going back into this game here with Cologne on the ball, going forward for an attack, who've just crossed over. I'll have a little chat about Cologne in a second. Nice corner, sorry, nice cross, but no Cologne player to meet it. And it's just gone into the hands of Peter Galacci off the defence. Yeah, I really don't want Cologne to get relegated here. They're one of those teams that have a very big fan base. It's if they were to be relegated, it's like when Hamburger SV got relegated. They got a massive fan base, and I was shocked when they were relegated. It's one of those things where I'm quite surprised that Cologne were as bad as they are. I don't want to see them get relegated. Um, I mean, you don't want to see any team get relegated, but I think Cologne do have that quality that they will stay up. They're not making it easy for themselves, but I do think it's gonna come to the very last few games of the season for Cologne, and they'll be battling it out. Fallen Hero says Schalke might not exist. Yeah, I heard about something of that. I heard Schalke were in very bad financial trouble. You don't want to see any side, go bankrupt and go under. Um, as there's some beautiful interplay here from Leipzig. We'll go into that in a second. Xavi goes to Raum, who crosses to the back post, and it's cleared by Cologne for a corner. Sorry, a throw in. My apologies. Some more changes here from Cologne, making two more changes. Yeah, going on to Schalke, I was really surprised how far they've dropped. Considering they were in the Bundesliga as a mainstay for quite some time, and I used to look forward to watching those derbies against Dortmund. They've got a good stadium. They've got the Veltins Arena. You don't expect teams like that to get relegated, but it can happen to anyone, even Leipzig. So, I mean, I don't think the owners are going to allow that to happen, but anything is possible in world football, and hopefully Schalke can fix their money woes, and they can still become and get to be a club of the top caliber that they had been for many years. Leipzig back with the ball on the left-hand side. Xavi to Schlager, who are start of our defensive third. Some nice interplay passing here from Leipzig, just keeping the ball. Now we're attacking on the right side with Benny Henrichs. Oh, what a fantastic goal. Yusuf Poulsen. Fantastic. For those that don't know, the we've got an international friendlies coming up. It's the date, the 16th of March here. So in next week, actually, we've got some friendlies, and in Germany, in the international squad, both fullbacks have been selected with David Raum and Benny Henrichs. I really do hope that Julian Nagelsmann doesn't do what he did last time that I remember with Benny Henrichs and not play him and put Kai Havertz at right back. It did work out well that day, but I don't know why you'd put a, attacking midfielder as a right back. It's just one of those weird things that Nagelsmann has, done throughout his coaching career. Isn't afraid to be different. We'll just go with that for the lack of words. And we've got some changes with, Simican coming on the pitch. He'll be coming on for probably Lukeba. Haidara is coming off for Kevin Campbell. No, Benny Henriks is coming off. So Simican will go right back, and Kevin Campbell will go in central midfield. Welcome back to Bellum. Uh, I'm back. Sorry, not that one there. I'm back, and Leipzig won it, one in end. Close at halftime. It was 1-1. That's all right. Clone supporters already leaving 7 minutes early. I'm sorry to say, but if you're a Clone supporter, you stay to the very end, even if you're getting beaten comfortably. I hate to see that. Uh, you stay to the very end. First win in these watch-alongs, yes, Bellum, that is correct. This is the first win during the watch-alongs, as we did get beaten against Bayern in the very first watch-along, which was disappointing. Uh, how are we all thinking about this game? There we go. Fallen Hero, very happy, makes up for Monday and last Tuesday. That's right. Yep. I mean, we had to win this game. Uh, Looking at the tables, I didn't think it was just going to be a bit of a blowout. There was always a chance for it with the difference in quality of the two sides. I just think we were going to be bit too wayward and not take our chances like we did against Darmstadt. So for me, this should have been the scoreline against Darmstadt. Obviously, they wouldn't have scored, although Darmstadt did also look good on the break. Just coming into the 85th minute mark now. Probably another 3 minutes or so of added time, most likely. I will be after the game as well, after the stream. I will be staying online for up to 10 minutes if anyone wants to have a brief discussion or chat or any afterthoughts or anything like that. If there's no afterthoughts or chats, I will end the stream. But we'll be out for a little bit after the stream. So this game will be probably finishing in around about 8 minutes or so. However, the stream will go on for 15 minutes depending on engagement. Yes, Ballum, Darmstadt will be down. I don't see them staying up at all. They're going to be in one of those bottom spots where they're just going to be instantly relegated. And Fallen Hero, do you want me to predict the Champions League, or are you making a statement? Sorry, as Clone have a break and a good shot, but it's straight at Peter Galacci, who was always behind that shot and just watched it into his gloves. Well, that's a nice cross, but Leipzig player's fallen over there. I think that's Baumgartner. No damage done, just slipped on the surface as it's probably a little bit dewy as it is raining down there in Cologne this evening. Hopefully, with our international break coming up with the players, they'll go through the full bill of health as we need everyone fit and firing. For those that don't know, Lucas Klosterman is still out with his hip injury. He is training by himself now, and he's got the ball between his feet, so he'll be due to come back in a couple of weeks. He will be missing the international break though, as he's probably around about 70%, and he's not good enough to be playing. Fallen hero, who do I have winning the Champions League? It's going to probably be either Man City or Real Madrid. I would say the winner of that game is going to win. I would like to see PSG win, personally, but that's only because Kylian Mbappe is going to be leaving to most likely Real Madrid, and I know PSG fans will be happy if Mbappe was able to stick around and get him that first ever Champions League trophy, and I think most would then be happy to have him leave. They'll probably think job done. Nice little comment there from Bellum. Little cheeky, if I must say. At halftime, the Leipzig players drink Red Bull and they win. We'll go into that in a second. Clone have an attacking break. Not offside. Look, they probably do drink Red Bull at halftime. We don't know. Um, the difference is you're allowed to drink it. I'm assuming. I don't know why you can't. It's not performance enhancing or anything like that. So, I mean, they do say it's revitalizing the mind and body, but keeps you a little alert. But it's not an illegal performing enhancing additives or anything like that. And yes, Bellum, I do believe that uh, Ram has a cross and it's just gone straight into the keeper's arms. Yes, Leipzig were better in the first half, second half there. Clone on the attack here. Baumgartner fouls the Cologne defender. Clone just playing it out at the back at the moment in these final couple of minutes. There it is, 3 minutes of added time, as predicted, with the balance of play and stoppages. Yes, Fallen Hero. That would be quite interesting. Uh, they have been the knockouts of the tournament. They've taken a few scalps along the way, along with Bayern, and you always love it when Bayern are losing, unless you are Bayern supporter, of course. Um, but yeah, no, look, that would be something, wouldn't it? If they manage to beat Leverkusen, I don't think they will, though. I think it is Leverkusen's title to lose. And I think that if they focus on the Pokal and the league, they'll set themselves up quite nicely. And they'll be probably playing Bayern Munich, I'd say, in the Super Cup. No, actually, I think I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's the runners-up of the Pokal against the league leaders if you win both. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And yeah, Bellum, it would be something if that team would win. To be honest, for me, it'd be really good for the league in general. You always want to see the underdog win. Cologne have the ball into their attacking third. Is fouled by the looks of it, Yusuf Poulsen, who is not happy with himself. Cologne about to take this free kick, crossing it into the box. Ooh, Galachi's Galachi has parried it, but straight into the Cologne attacker who skies it over the bar. Speaking of which, you can go check out that show, that's not too bad. Someone did ask, is there any Bundesliga shows that I watch or listen to? And, yeah, there is a couple. Uh, the ones that I listen to are on the Spotify, recommendation list, as I've been listening to those for quite some time. And that is the end of proceedings. That is 5-1 with the final scoreline in Cologne, a wet and dreary Cologne. Looks like Ballum is off. So, take care, you two. There's more than just you two watching. You wouldn't know it, but you would have been most engaged through this live stream. So thank you, Bellum. Always good to talk. Remember to send in the questions for the podcast. Sure, everyone. Thank you for that. That next show will be around about Wednesday or Thursday this week. Patreon supporters do get that week, a day earlier. And we've got here Fallen Hero. Instruction to win or broken. I probably said that wrong. So forgive me for my spelling and pronunciations at the moment. To win the DFB Pokal because it would be funny if a third division side was in the Europa League. Would be, wouldn't it? Imagine if that was the case. Eh? Uh, that would be something different, that's for sure. Now that the game has finished, I'll open up the floor for any questions or anything like that momentarily. And yep, you too. Take care, Fallen Hero. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to have you on board this evening, and your comments are appreciated. The same as Bellum, if you're still there. I will wait just a few moments before I end the stream if there's no more engagements. Looks to be that there is no more engagements for this evening. The score in Cologne this evening has ended with RB Leipzig winning 5-1. Some fantastic goals were scored. A double for Lewis Openda has really got out of his slump and his form has come back. If you've tuned in throughout this evening, I would like to thank you for tuning in. If you've just been listening this evening, thank you for listening. So I've been your host, Justin Crozer. But for now, it's bye-bye for now.